Blog Talk Radio.
Keep it locked on Hindsight Radio.
All right. I want to tell you how to use your mind power to get what you want now. I mean, right here in Atlanta, right here in Georgia, right there, wherever you are looking and listening. First of all, you have to use your mind power to believe in yourself. The religious people would say to me, "Oh, yes, Reverend Ike, you're telling people about believing in themselves, but what about believing in God?" Well, who do you think God is? God has no personality except in man and as man. And God is not a big man in the sky. God is the real man in me. Let each person say this, because this is the truth of everyone. God is not a big man in the sky. God is the real man in me. We have another way of saying it, and I want to give you this prayer of affirmation to take with you so that you can have what you want now. God is the presence and power within me right now. Together, God is the presence and power within me right now. Another way that we can state it in this philosophy of the science of living is this: God is the mastermind working through me now. God is the mastermind working through me now. Come on, together. God is the mastermind working through me now. Oh, you're getting turned on. Now, people say, "Well, Reverend Ike, what about believing in God?" Please hear this. Your faith is no good until you learn to have faith in yourself. How in the world can you believe in somebody in the sky and you don't even believe in the somebody in you? How in the world can you believe in a Jesus that walked in Galilee and not believe in the God that walks in you? Oh, I think we're getting through. Somebody say, "Wow." Say it again. I don't care how much faith you may have in a God in the sky. Until you learn to have faith in the God in you, your faith is dead. It's no good to you. God in the sky is no good to you. Only God in you is of any value to you. The most important thing in the world is what you believe about yourself. That's the most important thing. Your entire experience is fabricated out of what you believe about yourself. And mind you, I always have to point this out. It is not important what other people believe about you. It's only important what you believe about yourself. And you see, you have to be the kind of person that you can believe in. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to be truthful with yourself. You have to be decent within yourself. And then you can believe in yourself. I want to say something that may be a little rough for a clergyman to say again on international television. Once you learn to believe in yourself correctly, you are no longer worried about what other people are thinking or saying about you. Hear this. Until you learn to believe in yourself, regardless of what other people say or think, you're not going to get very far. As a matter of fact, you have got to come to that point in your experience where you know that your nose is clean, your business is straight, and you don't give a damn about what other people think about you. Excuse me, saints. Now, someone may be asking, well, Reverend Ike, how do I believe in myself? How do I go about it? Well, first of all, you have to believe that God is within you. Especially you religious people, hear this if you don't hear anything else. God does not work for you from up in the sky. God works for you from within your very own mind. And I want you to make a personal affirmation out of that. God works for me from within my very own mind. Come on, say that to yourself. God works for me from within my very own mind. Wow. You know, I used to get down on my knees and pray all those nice little Sunday school prayers for years, trying to get a God in the sky to do something for me. And I didn't get very much until I learned that God wasn't working for me from up in the sky, but God is working for me from within my very own mind. And the verse of Scripture brings this out. Be you transformed how? By the renewing of your mind. You see, the thing about people is they don't want to change their thinking. They don't want to change their minds. People want to change everything but themselves. People know exactly what everybody else ought to do, but they don't know what the hell they ought to do. But you see, when you get into your own mind and you get a hold on yourself, then God, the mastermind in you, will lead you and guide you and tell you what to do. You know, people even know how to even know what God ought to do. People try to tell God what to do. Well, God changed this person, changed that person. God changed this, that, and the other. But they don't want to change their negative thinking. But you must be transformed, as the Bible says, how? By the renewing of your mind. Hear this, please. Everywhere the Bible says believe, it means believe in yourself. It means believe in the presence of God in you. It means believe in the power of God in you. When the Bible says believe in the Son of God, that's you. It means believe in yourself. You must also use your mind power to believe that you can be and do and have the good which you desire. The first step to achieving your desire is to believe that you can. So let me hear every one of you raise your hands and shout, I can. I can. Once again, I can. All right, you're on the way. In the next few minutes, you'll be really turned on. And when I come back to Atlanta, you'll have some fantastic testimonies. Now, this is for religious people. You who are not religious, this may not be your hang-up. And with all due respect, let me say this. The people I have found in this world who have the worst hang-ups are the religious people. It is my experience that most of the time now, when I try to help people in this business of mind power, I have to first of all help them get rid of some of their religious hang-ups. And I found out also many times the more religious people are, the more hung up they are. So now here's one of the hang-ups that some religious people have that you must throw away. You see, you must believe that you deserve the good which you desire. But you know, in the old religion, they would teach us to pray and say, Lord, I'm not worthy. I got you. Lord, I don't deserve your goodness. Now let's all confess. How many of you have ever prayed like that? Let me put my hand up and confess. I have. As a matter of fact, I know some prayer books that are just full of all kind of prayers that tell God how bad we are. Well, Lord, I'm not worthy of a thing. As a matter of fact, in the Bible, there was one man who prayed and said, Lord, I'm not worthy of the least of your mercies. Let me cut you loose from that hang up right now. Whenever you pray and say, Lord, I'd like to have such and such a thing, and right behind it you say, Lord, I'm not worthy, you might as well forget it. You're not going to get it. and here again, you know, there's one of those old hymns that they taught us to sing also. We would stand up and sing and say and call ourselves such a worm as I. Honey, that's dangerous. If you think of yourself as a worm, you're going to get the treatment that a worm gets. What happens to a worm? A worm gets what? Stepped on. Now you know why you're always getting stepped on. Believe that you're worthy. So let me give you this affirmation to shout with me as we go into the closing moments of this service. Shout with me, I am worthy of all of God's goodness. Come on together. I am worthy of all of God's goodness. I don't know why they taught me to pray that anyway. I think I deserve all of God's goodness. What do you mean I don't deserve it? You always get what you believe you deserve. If you don't believe you deserve anything, you're not going to get anything. Now listen, and this will help some of you young people and all of you. In Hollywood the other day, I spoke to a young man who's been trying to get ahead in his career. And he said, Reverend, I just have not been able to get ahead in my career like I would like to. He said, and Reverend, I'm looking for someone to believe in me. And I've replied to him in a sermon in these words. You have to first of all believe in yourself, and others will believe in you. You have no right to ask someone else to believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. Come on and say, wow. When you believe in yourself correctly and positively, then you can do what you want to do, have what you want to have, and nothing can hinder you. One additional point quickly here. You must use your mind power to decide clearly what you want. You would be surprised to know how many people haven't decided what they want. Another young man said to me a few years ago, someone offered him a 4-year scholarship to college, and he was talking to me about it. And he said, Reverend, he said, someone has offered me a 4-year scholarship to college, full paid scholarship. And he said, but Reverend, I have no goals. If someone said to me, what's your ambition, what's your goal? I couldn't tell them because I have no goals. Decide what you want to be, to do, and to have. And the moment you decide what you want, things will start clicking in your favor. Use your mind power. Because a man is a slave until he learns to use his mind. A man is ignorant until he learns the power of his mind and how to use it for his good. A man is lost in spite of his religion until he learns the power of his mind and how to use it for his good. And it doesn't matter how much religion you have. You're lost in spite of your religion until you learn to use your mind. It doesn't matter how much formal education you have. A man is ignorant until he learns to use his mind in order to be, to do, and to have the good which he desires.
Peace to the gods. What's going on? You know, they messing with my computer right now. That's why things are going slow. trying to find something so I can get things going. Give me 1 second, and I'll be right with y'all. Give me 1 second.
Locked right where you got it. You listening to the station giving you remedy faster than Donald Trump can make enemies.
What the hell do you have to lose?
Hindsight Radio, the information station changing the nation.
All right. I'm back. I got what I needed. Peace, everybody. What's going on? It is the Moor Empire Building Show with your host, Akeem L, here on Hindsight Radio, the information station changing the nation. Yeah, man, I was trying to figure out what I was going to talk to y'all about tonight. And I was just scanning through Facebook, and I came across this article out of the BBC, that's a UK website or newspaper or news outlet, talking about the Barbary Slave Trade, how, all of the Europeans, how they were enslaved. And I'm like, we're going to talk about commerce later on. We are. But I wanted to read this because this information is so powerful. And if you look at the timelines, it was supposed to be the time when they were coming to Africa to get us. But according to these articles, and according to the further research that I did, we were going to get them. So like we've been telling y'all, they done flipped it on us. So let me get some music going here real quick. But while I'm doing that, remember we got the Atlanta seminar coming up, the Freedom Seminar about changing the birth certificate or changing your status on the birth certificate. That's going to be on September the 30th from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. You can go to my website. The link is up there now to purchase your seats in advance. Of course, if you purchase online, your receipt will be bring that with you. To prove that you paid and you'll be able to get in. Also, if you decide to pay at the door, we only accept cash at the door. So that is Saturday, the 30th, which is around, 9 days from now? 10 days from now? We're going to be in the ATL. The address is 133 Carnegie Way. It's going to be at Courtyard Atlanta downtown. A big note, please don't call that hotel to ask about our event, what's being held there. Because first of all, they're not going to tell you that. It's our job to let you know what's going on. Because people will call the hotel, y'all having an event there, blah, blah, blah. They're not telling you that. You have to call us. You want to know if we having our event, you call us. People will call. I can't believe what people do. That's why I stopped trying to figure out, get lock-in rates for people, because people will call there and say the stupidest things. So so they don't mess it up for everybody else. Y'all just figure out your hotels on your own. One app that I use that gives me the best rates is called Hotel Tonight. Anybody want the link to it? Send me a text and I will send you the link. And it's one of those apps where you can book a hotel at the last minute and book a good hotel. I usually pick the solid to a better. That's going to get you a 4-star better hotel. But keep in mind, most hotels don't have, like in some cities, they don't have the highest rating you can get is like a 3-star, depending on where we are. But Atlanta, they got plenty of 5-star, 4-star hotels. But in some cities, they don't have that. Let's get some music going because we're going to go in on this thing here. Make sure my mic is good. Can everybody hear me well? Send me a shout out in the chat, and I'll continue. I don't want to lose anybody. I put all the links to what I'm going to be reading in the chat room. Can I get a shout out? Can y'all hear me? Shaka, I see you in there. Can you hear me good? Nobody? Let me just go to a phone line and ask somebody. And if y'all got questions, y'all might need to hit that one. I got some things to do in preparation. No, nobody in the chat. Let me see. 313-740. Can you hear me well, brother?
Pure energy. You know I can hear you.
Okay. All right. I just want to know before I go in, I'll make sure y'all hearing what I'm about to read.
Oh, yeah,
It's part of our game-changing process.
For us on the phone, can you tell us what it is so we can look it up?
Okay. It's the website is www.bbc.co.uk/history/empire_sea power_slaves_01.html.
Jesus.
You know what? I'm going to put this link in my Facebook page. So if you're a friend with me on Facebook, y'all see it.
Okay. What I do is, because like I say, man.
Now, I have to give credit where credit is due. It was one of my Facebook friends that posted this article and got me to reading it. And then, when we read stuff, I look up words. I look up stuff that they say.
Right.
You know, and it took me, I was kind of upset with myself that I got on it kind of late because there's so much more to read. I'm going to take y'all into the Christian order, the Trinitarian order, the order of the Virgin of Mary of Mercy. Why you have the order of the Blessed Virgin Mary of Mercy. Why those entities were even created. What were they for? All has to do with the slave trade. So let's get in. You know what? Let's go in. I'm not going to close your mic down, Septimian.
I'll mute out.
I'm going to let you rock. Just mute out for me. All right, there you go. They say they can hear me in the chat. All right, here we go. All right, now you'll see Europe under attack. And the first part of this article these are the ship personnel telling their accounts of what happened. Right, here we go. When we had arrived in Cork, I made a request to Lord in Coquin to give me a passport for England. I took boat to Youghal and then embarked on the vessel John Filmer, which set sail with 120 passengers. But before we had lost sight of land, we were captured by Algerine pirates who put all the men in irons. So wrote the Reverend Devereux Spratt. Carried off in April 1641 for several years, bondage in Algiers, while attempting a simple voyage across the Irish Sea from County Cork to England. Spratt's experience has been largely forgotten now, though it was far from unique in his day. In the first half of the 1600s, Barbary crosshairs, pirates from the Barbary coast of North Africa, authorized by their government to attack the shipping of Christian countries, ranged all around Britain's shores. In their lantine-rigged xebec, a type of ship, or oared galleys, they grabbed ships and sailors and sold the sailors into slavery. Now, what's it says in there, Latin rig Zebex. Let's look that up. I didn't get a chance to look that up, but I'm curious as what that looked like. What kind of ship? They said we was barbarians. We wore, cloths around our waists and all of that stuff. But here you read an article where we had boats and we was taking their ass out. I'm trying to figure that. Let's look at this. They got it split. A lateen is a triangular sail set on a long yard mount. So it was like a sailboat. But let's look at Zebec. What does that say? Oh, it's a nice looking boat. Zebec also spells Zebec was a Mediterranean sailing ship that was used mostly for trading. Got it. There you go. If you look those up, you can see what the boats look like. All right, let's keep going. They grabbed ship sailors and sold the sailors into slavery. Admiralty records show that during this time, the Corsairs plundered British shipping pretty much at all, taking no fewer than 466 vessels between 1609 and 1616, and 27 more vessels from near Plymouth in 1625. As 18th century historian Joseph Morgan put it, this, I take it, be the time when those Corsairs were in their zenith. Unfortunately, it was hardly the end of them even then. Morgan also noted that he had a list printed in London in 1682 of 160 British ships captured by Algerians between 1677 and 1680. Considering what the number of sailors who were taken with each ship was likely to have been, these examples translate into a probable 7,000 to 9,000 able-bodied British men and women taken into slavery in those years. I'm trying to wonder why they don't never teach that in school. They want to talk about our slavery. They don't want to talk about their ancestors' slavery. Not content with attacking ships and sailors, the Corsairs also sometimes raided coastal settlements, generally running their craft onto unguarded beaches and creeping up on villages in the dark to snatch their victims and retreat before the alarm could be sounded. Almost all the inhabitants of the village of Baltimore in Ireland were taken in this way in 1631, and other attacks were launched against coastal villages in Devon and Cornwall. Samuel Pepys gives a vivid account of an encounter with two men who been taken into slavery in his diary of 8 February 1661. To the Fleece Tavern to the drink, and there we spent till 4 o'clock telling stories of Algiers and the matter of the life of slaves there. And truly, Captain Mutham and Mr. Dawes, who had been both slaves there, did make me full acquainted with their conditions there, as how they eat nothing but bread and water, how they are beat upon the soles of the feet and bellies at the liberty of their patrons, how they are all night called into their master's bagnard, and there they lie. The very casualness of the account makes it clear just how commonplace unfortunates like Muntham and Dawes were in 17th century Britain. Britons in later years have boasted that they never will be slaves, but during these years they were enslaved all too often. Estimating slave numbers. According to observers of the late 1500s and early 1600s, there were around 35,000 European Christian slaves held throughout time on the Barbary coast, many in Tripoli, Tunis, and various Moroccan towns, but most of all in Algiers. The greatest number were sailors taken with their ships, but a good many were fishermen in coastal villages. Out of all these, the British captives were mostly sailors, and although they were numerous, there were relatively fewer of them than of the people from lands close to Africa, especially Spain and Italy. The unfortunate Southerners were sometimes taken by the thousands by slavers who raided the coasts of Valencia, Andalusia, Calabria, and Sicily, so often that eventually it was said that there was no one left to capture any longer. There are no records of how many men, women, and children were enslaved, but it is possible to calculate roughly the number of fresh captives that would have been needed to keep population steady and replaced those. Slaves who died, escaped, were ransomed, or converted to Islam. On this basis, it is thought that around 8,500 new slaves were needed annually to replenish numbers, about 850,000 captives over the century from 1580 to 1680. By extension, for the 250 years between 1530 and 1780, the figure could easily have been as high as 1,250,000. This is only just over a tenth of the Africans taken as slaves to the Americas from 1500 to 1800. Now they're trying to throw us in there. But a considerable figure nevertheless. White slaves in Barbary were generally from impoverished families and almost as little hope of buying back their freedom as the Africans taken to the Americas. Most would end their days as slaves in North Africa, dying of starvation, disease, and maltreatment. The slaves' lot. Slavery in Barbary fell into two broad categories. The public slaves belonged to the ruling Pasha, who by right of rulership could claim an eighth of all Christians captured by the crosshairs, and by all the others he wanted at reduced prices. These slaves were housed in large prisons known as banos, meaning baths, often in wretchedly overcrowded conditions. They were mostly used to row the crosshair galleys in the pursuit of loot and more slaves. Work so strenuous that thousands died or went mad while chained to the oar. During the winter, these Galatis worked on state projects, quarrying stone, building walls or harbor facilities, felling timber, and constructing new galleys. Each day, they would be given perhaps 2 or 3 loaves of black bread that the dogs themselves would eat, and limited water. They received 1 change of clothing every year. Those who collapsed on the job from exhaustion or malnutrition were typically beaten until they got up and went back to work. The Pasha also brought most female captives, some of whom were taken into his harem, where they lived out their days in captivity. The majority, however, were purchased for their ransom value while waiting their release. They worked as harem attendants. Many other slaves belonged to private parties. Their treatment and work varied as much as their masters did. Some were well cared for, becoming virtual companions of their owners. Others will work as hard as any public slave in agricultural labor or construction work, or selling water or other goods around town on his or her owner's behalf. They were expected to pay a proportion of their earnings to their owner. Those who failed to raise the required amount typically being beaten to encourage them to work harder. As their age or their owners' fortunes changed, slaves were resold, often repeatedly. The most unlucky ended up stuck and forgotten out in the desert, in some sleepy town such as Suez, or in Turkish sultan's galleys, where some slaves rode for decades without ever setting foot on shore. Now, here's the European response. Europeans sometimes attempt to buy their people out of slavery, but no real system emerged before around 1640. Then the attempts became more systematic and were sometimes state subsidized. As in Spain and France, almost all the actual work, however, from collecting the funds to voyaging to Barbary to negotiating with the slave owners there, were carried out by clergy, mostly members of the Trinitarian and Mercedarian orders. Parish churches, too, all over Spain and Italy, kept locked collection boxes marked for the poor slaves, with clerics constantly reminded their wealthy parishioners to include ransoming societies in their wills. Slave redeeming confraternities also sprouted in hundreds of cities and villages. Ransoming slaves was promoted as being one of the best of charitable works a Catholic could perform. Since slaves were ideal victims, their only fault, their crime, is recognizing Jesus Christ as the most divine Savior and professing him as a true faith. By the 1700s, the ransoming orders had significantly reduced slave populations in Barbary, eventually even inflating slave prices as more cash chased fewer captives. So these orders came about, these Christian orders came about in what? To do what? To get back these slaves. So they took up collections to pay these ransoming companies. Bond court or bonds, bail bondsmen. Okay, let me keep going. Compared to Catholic Europe, Protestant states could be lax and disorganized in freeing their subjects. Thousands of Dutch, Germans, and British languished for years in the chains of Barbary. They just told you who was all in slavery right there. Dutch, Germans, and British. Without the aid of organized clergy or state funds for their release, England set aside its Algerian duty from customs income to finance redemptions. But much of this was diverted to the other uses, large-scale ransoms like the one headed by Edmund Casey that freed 244 men, women, and children in 1646, were rare, with the result that Protestant Britons were often more demoralized and likely to die in captivity than European Catholics. As one ex-slave noted, all of the nations made some shift to live, save only the English, who it seems are not so shiftful to others and have no great kindness one for another. The winter I was in captivity, I observed there died about 20 of them out of pure want. So they said the English didn't even give a damn. The legacy of enslavement. Many slaves converted to Islam, though as Morgan put it, this only meant they were freed from the ore, though not from their patron's service. Christian women had been taken into the Pasha's harem, often turned Turk to stay with their children, who were raised as Muslim. So when you look at all of these countries now, like Turkey, Spain, and all of that, now you see how they became lighter. Because they were taken into these harems and they had children, and the children eventually became the face of the country. Men saw easier labors, usually as overseers for other slaves, and some gained real power and occasionally their freedom. Between 1580 and 1680, there were typically around 15,000 of these renegades in Barbary, including around half of the crosshairs or reyes, even some of the pashas. Most had probably never been slaves, however, but had come to North Africa looking for opportunity and had cast off their Christianity along with their earlier lives. So now you see how they became Muslims. Wow. So basically, when you keep reading this, you start to see how we did it to them, and then it flipped on us. What goes around comes around. We have to accept that we started this mess. We started it. You got to accept it. Slaves in Barbary could be black, brown, or white, Catholic, Protestant, Orthodox, Jewish, or Muslim. Contemporaries were too aware of the sort of people enslaved in North Africa to believe, as many do today, that slavery, whether in Barbary or Americas, was a matter of race. In 1600s, no one's racial background or religion automatically destined him or her for enslavement. Preachers in churches from Sicily to Boston spoke of the similar fates of black slaves on American plantations and white slaves in crosshairs galleys. Early abolitionists used Barbary slavery as a way to attack the universal degradation of slavery in all forms. This may require that we rethink our belief that race was fundamental to pre-modern ideas about slavery. It also requires a new awareness of the impact of slave raids on Spain and Italy and Britain, about which we currently know rather less than we do about slaving activities at the same time in Africa. The widespread depopulation of coastal areas from Malaga to Venice, the impoverishment caused by the kidnapping of many breadwinners, the millions paid by the already poor inhabitants of villages and towns to get their own people back, all of this is only just beginning to be understood by modern-day historians. There you go. Now, they mentioned a couple of people. They mentioned a couple of organizations. They mentioned Trinitarians and Mercedarians. Oh, Mercedarians. Did I look that one up? Let me see something. Mercedarians. Oh, wanted to start with them first. Let's see. Well, they go by another name. They are the Order of Blessed Virgin Mary of Mercy. All right, which I put that link in the chat. Let's read about these people. The Royal Celestial Military Order and Military Order of Our Lady of Mercy and the Redemption of the Captives, also known as Our Lady of Ransom, and a Roman Catholic Mendicant order established in 1218 by St. Peter Nolasco in the city of Barcelona, at the time in the Principality of Catalonia, Crown of Aragon, for the redemption of Christian captives. Its members are most commonly known as Mercedarians, friars, or nuns. So these nuns come about, why? To do what? To get their people back. One of the distinguishing marks of the Order of the Blessed Virgin Mary of Mercy is that since its foundations, its members are required to take a fourth vow to die for another who is in danger of losing their faith. The order exists today in 17 countries. General background. Between the 8th and 15th centuries, medieval Europe was in a state of intermittent warfare between the Christian kingdoms of southern Europe and the Muslim polities of North Africa, southern France, Sicily, and Moorish portions of Spain. According to James W. Broadman, the threat of capture, whether by pirates or coastal raiders or during one of the region's intermittent wars, was a continuous threat to residents of Catalonia, Languedoc, and other coastal provinces of medieval Christian Europe. Raids by militias, bands, and armies from both sides were an almost annual occurrence. For over 600 years, these constant armed confrontations produced numerous war prisoners on both sides. Islam's captives were reduced to the state of slaves, since they were considered war booty. In the lands of Visigothic Spain, both Christian and Muslim societies have become accustomed to buying and selling of all, so much so that 10th century Andalusian merchants formed caravans to purchase slaves in east of Europe. In the 13th century, in addition to spices, slaves constituted one of the goods of the flourishing trade between Christian and Muslim ports. Starting before the First Crusade, many hospices and hospitals were organized by the chapters of cathedrals or by the monastic orders. Within the communal organization of towns, local charitable institutions such as almshouses were established by confraternities or guilds, or by successful individuals laden concerned with the welfare of their souls. Broader-based and aristocratically funded charitable institutions were more prominent, and the episodes of aristocratic and even royal ransom and its conditions were the subject of chronicle and romance. The Knights of the original Order of St. John, the Knights of Hospitalia, and the Templars in their origins are well known, and the impact of their organized charity upon the religious values of the High Middle Ages. So, these orders were created to do what? They were charities. Doesn't that sound very familiar today? These orders are still around. Charity. What's happening here? They're still doing these things, but they're doing it in a different form. You got your charities for your poor people, these Christian charities, right? All of this started on what? To get back their people out of slavery. They had to buy them back. Isn't that what we're doing today? When our people go to jail, we got to go bail them out? Isn't that the same thing? Let's move on. Let's move on to the Trinitarian order. The Order of the Most Holy Trinity and the Captives is a Catholic religious order that was founded in the area of Surfroy, some 80 kilometers northeast of Paris, at the end of the 12th century. From the very outset, a special dedication to the mystery of the Holy Trinity has been a constitutive element of the order's life. Papal documents refer to the founder only as Brother John, but tradition identifies him as St. John de Matha, whose feast day is celebrated on 17 December. The founding intentions for the order was the ransom of Christians held captive by non-Christians, a consequence of crusading and of pirating along the Mediterranean coast of Europe. The order has the initials O.SS.T. Its distinctive cross of red and blue can be traced to its beginnings. Between the 8th and 15th centuries, medieval Europe was in a state of intermittent warfare between the Christian kingdoms of southern Europe and the Muslim polities of North Africa, South France, Sicily, portions of Spain. They left out Moorish portions of Spain. The other one said Moorish. According to James W. Brodman, the threat of capture was by pirates or coastal raiders, and during one of the region's intermittent wars was a continuing threat to residents of Catalonia, La Guardia, and the other coastal provinces of medieval Christian Europe, raised by malicious bands and armies from both sides with an almost end. They're basically reading the same way like the other one. Same way. So these orders were all created to get back these European slaves. They got jacked from their land. The story they told us, they were jacking us. And they see, even in these stories, they'll try to change it up to make it look like our situation was worse. That's how they keep the lie going. Now, I also got the Barbary pirates. I don't know if I put that in the chat, but I will now if I didn't have it. Somebody said they can't hear me. Hold on. What's going on? My mic's open. Yo, Septimius, can you hear me? Hello?
I had to unmute my mic. Peace to the God, pure energy. I'm in the house.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
All right, I just want to make sure you can hear me. If somebody in the chat said they can't hear me, they're playing with the people in the chat.
They always do when you're dropping that knowledge. Yeah, because I want to hear some more. I'm muting now.
All right, I'm about to be this Barbary trade, what Barbary was all about. All right, here we go. The Barbary pirates, sometimes called Barbary crossers or Ottoman corsairs, were pirates and privateers who operated from North Africa, based primarily in the ports of Salih, Rabat, Algiers, Tunis, and Tripoli. This area is known in Europe as the Barbary Coast, a term derived from the name of its Berber inhabitants. Let's look up Berber. Let's look that up because they'll try to have you thinking something else. Openly, because I did a show a long time about the Berbers, who they were and what they looked like.
Hey, if I could
it ain't open up.
If I could just put a little clarity on that too, just real quick, Akeem, that was an excellent show you did on the Berbers. I remember that show too. That was like one of the very first times. That was one of the very first times I started listening in, and it was you had read documents, and actually you had put up some pictures, I think, in the chat, how they were Arabic looking now, but they was really African looking it from the beginning.
Right. Absolutely. Actually, that's where your Berber carpet comes from.
Right.
Exactly. That was founded there. But I'm going to read the Berbers. Here the Berbers are. Let me put that in the chat. They done shut down the computer. They can't hear on the computer. Oh, they don't want y'all to hear this, dog. All right, the Berbers are ethno-linguistic group indigenous to North Africa. They are distributed in the area stretching from the Atlantic Ocean to the Siwa Oasis in Egypt and from the Mediterranean Sea to the Niger River. Historically, they spoke Berber language, which together from Berber branch of Afro-Asiatic families since the Muslim conquest of North Africa in the 17th century. A large number of Berbers inhabiting the Maghreb, Tamazgha, have acquired different degrees of knowledge of varieties of the languages of North Africa. After colonization of North Africa by France, the French government succeeded in integrating the French language in Algeria by making French the official national language and requiring all education to take place in Egypt. Foreign languages, mainly French, to some degree Spanish, inherited from European colonial powers, are used by most educated Berbers in Algeria and Morocco in some formal context such as higher education or business. Today, most Berber people live in North Africa, mainly in Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia, and Liberia. And I talked to a brother from Liberia yesterday. He had a car I was thinking about buying for my son, and he was darker than me. Small, he was from Liberia. And you know what? He was from Libya. I asked him, I said, brother, what about this story where they took slaves from your land over to here? He said, we never heard such stories in our country. That story is only told here. That never happened, he said. They weren't taught that. That's why they come over here looking at us like we're idiots, because we believe everything these people told us without researching our own history. And there's no excuse now because we have the internet. We have the internet that can give us the proof. But still, y'all want to still go to these schools and think these people are going to give you a real education. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to do that. But let me keep reading about the Barbary pirates. Here it is. Their predation extended throughout the Mediterranean, south along West Africa's Atlantic seaboard, and even South America, into the North Atlantic as far north as Iceland, but they primarily operated in the Western Mediterranean. In addition to sieging ships, they engaged in razzias, raids on European coastal towns and villages, mainly in Italy, France, Spain, and Portugal, but also in the British Isles, the Netherlands, and as far away as Iceland. The main purpose of the attack was to capture Christian slaves for the Ottoman slave trade, as well as the general Muslim slavery market in North Africa and the Middle East. While such raids had occurred since soon after the Muslim conquest of Iberia, the terms Barbary pirates and Barbary corsairs are normally applied to the raiders active from the 16th century onward, when the frequency and range of the slaves' attacks increased. So they're telling you that this went on for a long time, but they only want to record when it was at its height. In that period, Algiers, Tunis, and Tripoli came under the sovereignty of the Ottoman Empire. Oh, give me 1 second. Either as directly administered provinces or as autonomous dependencies known as Barbary states. Similar raids were undertaken from Salé, and other ports in Morocco. Corsairs captured thousands of ships, repeatedly raided coastal towns. As a result, residents abandoned their former villages of long stretches of coast in Spain and Italy. The raids were such a problem, coastal settlements were seldom undertaken until the 19th century. Between 1580 and 1680, corsairs captured about 850,000 people as slaves, and from 1530 to 1780, as many as 1,250,000 people were enslaved. Some corsairs were European outcasts and converts such as John Ward, Zeman, Genseeker, Harian Barbarossa, and Aruk Rice. Turkish Barbarossa brothers who took control of Algiers on behalf of the Ottomans in the early 16th century were also notorious corsairs. The European pirates brought advanced sailing and shipbuilding techniques to Barbary coast around 1600, which enabled the corsairs to extend their activities in the Atlantic Ocean. Now they're trying to act like these renegade Europeans were spearheading this, which is bull. We taught them how to build those boats. Now, I want you, if you're on that page with me, there's some pictures on here. And there's one picture here at the bottom on the right. It says Captain William Bainbridge paying tribute to the day of Algiers circa 1800. So this picture discredits that other comment they made. If you go down there, at the very right-hand side of that page, Captain William Bainbridge paying tribute to the day of Algiers circa 1800. This actual picture has been floating around on the internet too. Give me I like to save these images because you know they like to mess with some stuff. Right. Now there's a whole much more I can read. Y'all can go ahead and read it. And what I say, if you guys are gonna read this, look up everything that has a hyperlink. Research it because it's going. That's how we do. That it takes us to more information when we do that. I'm saving this picture. My computer is freezing up. I think they're trying to. There it goes. It's saved. All right. See, when I really need my computer, now there's another picture above that one, or down 2 pictures below. If my computer won't stop freezing up, dang, they're taking forever. I think I'm going to get me a new computer because I know they're fooling with this one for real, y'all. I'm getting a new one. I'm tired of fighting with these. Dang, I can't get back to that picture. Give me a second. My daughter's about to call any minute now. It won't even go back to the page, y'all. All right, y'all, I'm back. They knocked me off my line. As soon as I picked up on her, got kicked off. All right, I finally found that picture. Right, 2 pictures down there. You'll see Sultan of Morocco by Eugene Delacroix. You'll see him with his dark-skinned brothers and sisters. He's sitting on a horse. Read through that. You know, I went, 45 minutes of reading for you guys, trying to give you all a picture of what's going on. Go ahead and now, one thing I wanted to mention, you'll notice how all of these people from all of these places are really descendants of our ancestors. Because what we were doing, we're snatching them off their land, took the women into our homes, had children, made the men work. But see, here's the thing. We do have to recognize that our ancestors were not all of them were honorable. So what happened to us? We got put into the same situation we put on other people. We're being treated the same way our ancestors treated other people. I mean, we have to recognize that. We have to recognize that, realize the error, and we have to continue to be honorable. Number one, we need to be honorable towards ourselves, and number two, we need to be honorable towards each other. And that's where we have problems. We are not honorable with each other. So how do you expect anybody other group of people to be honorable with us when we don't treat each other fairly? What you think of that, Septimius?
Oh, man, pure energy, peace to the gods, bro. That is the truest, some of the truest things I ever heard, man, because this might bring it on home. Jonah and Hakeem told us, 2 weeks ago, remember the speech y'all told us about Ben Franklin, 17? He told you, Germany, France, all that was black folks. Ben Franklin said the only really people of his non-melanated color was in Britain and the England territory, or wherever the hell that may have been. It was a small area.
Right.
They was confined to a small area in 1751. Ben Franklin said it.
Yes. You're right. And see, once we snatched them from all over the place, they became to be in other places. So that's how they got around, because we took them from there.
Wow.
We snatched them up. Our people snatched them up.
And they wasn't nothing but slaves, but yet we selling in corsairs, galleons, frigates. If you know anything about the class of ships, a corsair is like a mini warship. It'll hold like maybe 4 cannons, 2 on each side. It's usually got 3 sails on it with 3 sails apiece. It's a little short, fast, stocky little ship. And for hidden
well, it had to be fast in order to capture these ships.
Exactly. It was used for hidden licks. That was the drive-by vehicle on the water. That was the corsair. You know, you know.
Right. Now, here's the thing. That type of stuff is still going on today. There's people over in those countries right now still snatching up ships. American ships, British ships. You know, they're still doing that. Remember the movie about, they call them terrorists now. And they make them look like they like indigent people just taking boats. You know, taking ships that come through their waters.
They well organized.
Yes, they're a well organized group of people.
Because they was doing
on
it
our
big.
TV, they show us like they nothing but, you know, little scallywags or somebody who broke snatching up. Man, you know what it takes to go snatch one of them merchant vessels off the waters?
Hold on. Now, in my public capacity, before I got on this information, I was in the Navy for like a year and a half before I was less than honorably discharged. I wasn't dishonorable. It was just a less than. I wasn't good on barking on orders. But anyway, straight up, bro, to be out there on the water, you know what I'm saying? And you got shit that's 100 yards from your ass to the southwest, homie, and you got to put that rudder. Man, it take a lot of shit to chase a motherfucker on some water, player.
I know.
Water ain't sitting still. You feel me?
I know.
That is
they
more,
try to make it like we low in technology and we get lucky when we do catch one, you know? Yeah. You there?
Shit.
You breaking
you
up,
know about that?
I didn't hear you because you were breaking up.
It was a hell of a flew over too. I said our people started shipbuilding.
Oh yeah, I know that. I know.
You know, man, we just not digging nothing. Just like you said, it ain't no excuse. If you a new person on information, it is no excuse why you should not be advancing.
Nope.
You know, now a lot of people say advancement could be, you put in all work. Advancement could be you used a couple of the techniques that the Hindsight University taught you, and you getting your dollars up. You got a whip, you using it, using CPN, you got all this going. But now you got all going on, but you really don't have a basic understanding.
Right. You're absolutely right.
Now, the type of person I am, what the mind is your CPU of your being. I to get as much knowledge as I can.
Right.
Yeah,
You going in and out, Septimius. Did you move around?
Yeah, I got all the eyes crossed.
Okay.
Then, no.
Man, they cutting you off bad, bro. Hello?
You got me?
I heard you got me, but I didn't hear anything before that.
Oh, I was just saying that, just you got to study, man. Sometimes you got to sacrifice the right now for the greater later, so to speak, just to keep it short.
Absolutely, bro. Yep, you're right. All right, if anybody got a comment or anything, or a question, they need to put their hand up, or we're going to have a short night. You only got a few people with their hand up unless they're playing with my phone lines again like they did Tuesday. Yeah, I had like 20 people with their hands up, and the next thing I only had 3.
Wow.
And I had a lot up when I came on. When I called back in because they knocked me off. Now I only got 2 people with their hands up.
Wow.
I think they be messing with it, man, for real.
I know they be messing with me. Tell you the truth, bro. Metro. That's why Metro PCS be doing me like that, man.
Mhm.
I think it's them for real. They can hear, man. They can hear us getting this knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
Showing up I'm showing y'all the history, man. Let y'all know that all that stuff they've been telling us has been bull.
Straight
garbage.
Bull.
Garbage. They got the whole world, well, at least over here, thinking that we the worst people on the planet.
Yeah,
come to find out we were the. Mhm.
That's only over here.
And the sad part about it, you know what's sad though? I read all of this stuff, how we were snatching Christians up, and they weren't us. That was them.
I know.
But how we got all these people worshiping these people's gods?
And we all Christians now.
Yeah.
All in the church.
How did we do that? They flipped on us.
They
were converting to our religion. And now,
man, it was just like that skit y'all played. The skit y'all play on radio that say they told us, bow your head. When they got over here, they had the Bibles in their hand and we had the land. They told you, bow your head and pray to my God. When we opened our eyes, they had the land and we had the Bibles.
But see, they only learned that from us.
I know.
They learned that from us. They learned from the best.
From the best.
We
gotta
admit it.
Art of war. They knew their enemy. They studied us, and then they knew themselves. Hey.
But Puerto Rico is 100% without power.
Ooh,
that's
man.
Crazy, dog.
They're Marshall. Ooh, they acting cool.
I don't think that's a coincidence, dog.
No, because they just went that bankruptcy. Of course not.
Of
course not.
And if that's the case, there's all kind of craziness going on over there right now.
Exactly.
That we don't know about. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it is. It is. Like you say, they stealing organs and shit. I mean, the sinister shit.
They want that. They want that land. That's what they want. Now,
no doubt.
Now think about it. They bankrupt. Who's gonna rebuild over there? Where they gonna get the money to rebuild? They ain't got none.
They ain't got none. So the land dirt ass cheap. So now you're gonna get foreign investors to come in, buy the shit up, and then start rebuilding it. See what I'm saying? Man, I have my idea on. I'm on the same wavelength you is, brother. I keep up with international too. And it's funny you was talking about the BBC because that's where I was a Channel 9 watcher here in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, BBC, man, I be up on a lot of stuff too, man. That's dealing with the world and, a lot of things that's going on out here, climate change and, scientific discoveries. I'm a pretty
My thing is, if they're that devastated, who's going to help them? Because even their first responders is all toe up.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now, it's funny.
Now, remember, we only know that the storm hit that from our news. We don't know that for sure. That could all be a cover.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Because you can make up a radar.
And what's interesting,
they one island out and put Puerto Rico in front of that instead of one island.
ain't too much talk about it on Facebook.
Mm.
Just like all of them little shelters that they did at Houston, you ain't hear nobody talking about it on Facebook that was actually there. You know?
That's great.
That's strange, bro.
I know it's some, like you said, man. It's some weird shit going on now.
Yes, New York is still happening. I just announced it at the beginning. No, I didn't announce New York, but yeah, New York is still happening. I think that's October 12th. It's a 3-day seminar. I think it's October 12th, 13th, and the 15th. Sorry, the 14th. Yes, it's happening in October. I will do the flyer and put it up by the end of the week. New York is on and popping. All right, Chuck Timmy, I'm going to move on to the next caller.
All right, for sure, God. I'm going to mute out.
If you want to mute out, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm eating my dinner.
Oh, you good. God got to eat food.
All right, 4280.
Peace to God.
Peace to God. What's up?
Hey, my brother, that is so profound. You know, we just got to be honorable now. You know, even, you know, just the basics. Because the babies are watching. Everybody's watching. It might not seem it away, but as long as we're honorable, we're going to set the fad and the trend for people to start being honorable.
Right.
See, people are not honorable. They're not honorable. You know,
nope.
And it's sad, but, you know, that's the reality.
We're not honorable with our own selves, so we have to first be honorable within ourselves.
Exactly.
Then we can be honorable. And then other people start giving us honor. But until then, we're not getting nothing. We can't expect everybody to give us all kind of respect when we don't respect each other.
Look, when I was overseas, I went overseas at 17, and I didn't understand how they worship us. They say soul brother number one. But when I come back to the States, it's a whole different flavor. And now, you know, they didn't Americanize them so badly, you know, but they honor us. Overseas, they honor us.
You know why they honor us? Because this is where it all started, bro. It's all started.
Yeah, they honor us. They honor us. I mean, and it's sad that because we been given the right information, and the American way is to capitalize off another individual mistake instead of lifting that other individual up or balancing his mistake out. See, and we have to train the young people to be honorable, but they're not gonna be honorable if we're not honorable.
Right.
They're not gonna do it.
You're absolutely right.
They're not gonna do it.
Man.
I just wanted to.
Right. What you gonna say, brother?
I just wanted to say that was very profound what you was reading, brother, and you hit home with that being honorable. You know, that's the essence.
Because you can see how they were treating those slaves. I mean, they were treating them like dogs. And I have other books that support that go right along with that article. It's called "They Were Irish and They Were Slaves." I have plenty of books on that subject, but we can't. We done did a job on people, on groups. We did. And that's when, when we look at it, you have to ask, why are we just being treated like this? How come we can't come up out of this? Because it's payback. Being paid back.
It's karma.
But nothing stays on the bottom. Life. One thing consistent about life is change. So it is changing, and it will change. We're not going to be like this forever.
Yeah,
I don't know for my lifetime, while I'm still on this plane, I will see the complete change, but I'm seeing a change,
Definitely. Because
but
the information. Okay.
The number one thing is you must change in order for you to see change outside of you.
Correct.
I'm going to say it again. The reason why we're not seeing change is because we're not changing. And the number one problem that we have as a people is our women, for the most part, are chasing after this white Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
They have forsaken their true God and their true man for a straw man. And they're out of sync. Their mindset is not. Most of these women around here looking for a new wig, new eyelashes, makeup, nails, perfume. They just looking to spend money, not build empires. A lot of them out there like that. Now, there are some out there that just want to do commerce and do it properly. And actually, the funny thing, I actually was talking to someone. I had a consultation, and this woman does commerce, got businesses, and takes care of businesses, her business. And she made the comment. She said the ones that want to do commerce and do business and do right can't find the proper man. And then the ones that are ratchet, they can find a man all day. I said because those ones that are ratchet know how to cater to the man's ego, and he falls for that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, the women that have businesses, they are like, hey, you need to get up and do your thing because look at me, I'm doing my thing. So they don't know how to cater to that ego. And then another thing, we don't know how to accept anything good in our lives because we've been told and educated that we are bad. Our men are bad. They no good. They deadbeat dads. They go to jail. They do all kinds of stuff. Our women, all they want to do is shake their booties. That's how we're being taught. And how we're being taught that through our music. And that was the images that they will give us on TV. And then we fall for that. Yeah. All right, what else, brother?
No, I was just saying, keep on lifting up all of humanity and putting that information out because we're in a technology where the information now is there. Like the brother was saying, we got to study. But you putting the information out there for people to study. It might take a couple of years for them to catch on, but you're doing it.
Oh, yeah. Some people are faster than others. Some people catch on it quick. Some people don't. I do realize people have jobs, they got distraction, they have children, wives. A lot of times people that are trying to be on this information, they have people in their lives that are not interested in knowing this. And then after that, people, why do you want to even, what's that going to do for you?
Right.
Damn sure ain't going to do what you looking at. Ain't going to keep me enslaved. See, understanding this information, how it all came about, helps you see yourself differently. And that's the key. If you could see yourself differently and see yourself with better things, that's why I played that Reverend Ike thing. You see, you got to believe in the God that's in you, that is you, in order to be successful and to see all of the good things. You have to know that you deserve that. And it's available to you to have. A lot of people disagree with me, but if you're having hard times with keeping money and finances, that's because you are thinking about a hard time. You believe in that. See, what you believe in is what you will see in your life. And I know that because I was on both sides of that. In my early years, I always thought about the struggle. It's hard, this and that. Guess what? My life was hard. And then one day I got enlightened myself, and I realized, let me stop talking like this. And start talking about being positive. And guess what? It changed. The more I spoke positive, the more my life became positive. So it was really, I was manifesting the thoughts in my mind into my reality. You know?
Yeah, sending that energy and that frequency out there, you know, instead of being that I am the universe, you know.
Mm-hmm.
See, you know,
and I was so caught up. I was so caught up that, when people told me, "Oh, just be positive," I thought something was wrong with them. Like, positive? What ain't nothing positive out there? I didn't see anything positive. I saw all of the bad, and that's all I kept getting, more bad. You know?
You know, Hakeem, you know, but we have to survive, you know, just surviving and just trying to maintain and stay above.
No, you don't. You don't have to survive and maintain and stay above water. No, you don't have to. See, when you speak like that, that's what you're going to have. You're going to have surviving and just staying above water. No, you can have to be wealthy, be prosperous.
Exactly.
You can say that. That's what you need to be saying.
What I'm saying is
all those other things are not options. Go ahead. What you saying, bro?
What I was saying that most of the people have to just survive day by day.
Well,
you know, they don't have this information.
You're missing my point, brother. They don't have to do anything. They believe in that, and that's why they're doing that. When they change their belief system, they will be living a different life.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Basically, they've been programmed that way, you know, to you know, and this is why, you know, our young people are walking around.
Let me ask you a question because you're talking about everybody else. What about you? How do you see yourself?
I see myself as a great entrepreneur. You know,
okay.
I'm working on bringing in I am the universe out in me. You know, my energy.
Let me stop you right there.
Okay.
Let me stop you right there. When you say I'm working on, that's a word that pushes it away. When they say I'm working on doing this, I'm working. You know, you have to speak as if it's now. I am a great entrepreneur. I'm not working on that. I am that now. I am all things that are good. That's how you speak, like it's now. Because it is now. When you speak that, then boom. Then your energy, your frequency changes, and it's going to bring all things that you are speaking. It's I am, and everything must be now. Why is it must be now? Because that's the only space we live in is now.
Right.
That's the only thing we have an eternity of is now. We don't have past and we don't have future. Those are just ideas and concepts of the mind. Thoughts of the past of things that existed. They was. They're not now. And things of the future are things that you hope to be that may never come to be. Everything must be spoken into this moment.
Okay.
I mean, the Bible gives you a clue to that. He said, let there be light. And guess what? It was light.
Correct.
And that's how you have to speak. See, those are all symbolic references to our mind. But God said, let there be light. In your mind, you must say, let there be light. Let my mind be illuminated with true knowledge.
Correct. Thank you, brother. I needed that.
Basically, I'm telling you, you got to become the Illuminati. And everybody, everybody talks about the Illuminati. Illuminati is just the illuminated ones, people with the higher knowledge.
Correct.
That's all it is. And at one time, they taught it. They taught that in schools, the higher knowledge. One of the groups that were part of the Illuminati was the Gnostics. They were even Christians, Gnostic Christians. But the Catholicism, they didn't like them teaching people how to be free and how to see themselves or see God within themselves and manifest that. They didn't want that, so they ran them into hiding and chased them down. That was one of the first religious wars that were ever fought on this planet. Now, I wouldn't say one of the first, but it was one of the first of many religious wars. Because that was a school of thought, being illuminated.
Right.
But, yeah, brother. We always have to speak. Somebody went into my chat, knocked me out.
A little bit with that. Then they stole our Moor symbol of the RCNI and said it was theirs.
Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, they took it. They swagger jack. That's just been their history, to swagger jack, because they didn't really have much to go on. So let's use this.
That same symbol is in our brain.
So calling the pioneer.
Yeah. That same, and when Jonah was speaking about the commerce and the sultan, the president stand behind that flag when he's talking about chopping down the commerce flag, the Morocco or the red flag, because Hillary Clinton was standing up there, every time they do with Obama, and they had the flag behind them, so. That's our commerce flag. That's the Moor commerce flag. And it's so profound. That we that's why I'm waiting on Joey Bounce to get to Kansas City. I don't know. You've been to
He's supposed to be working on something over there. I don't got all the details, but I'm not going to speak on it until it's done.
Yeah, you've been to South Carolina 3 times, man.
No, we've been to North. The last one was in North Carolina.
Yeah, but you still sharing that love, man. He need to come on in the Midwest, man. I've been trying to hear him.
Yeah, that's Joey's area. He got to put it down. We'll talk to him about it.
He need to come on.
Get it straight with him.
Yeah, cause brothers, the people, they want the information, and they ready to. We could drive. We take a van and go up there, cause there's enough people, but we don't have 20 people. We got a good team and study here, and we just rent us a van and go on up there.
Right. I got you.
Okay.
Where you live at? You live in what? What state you live in again?
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
We're in
St. Louis. Yeah, he need to go ahead and put that together.
Yeah.
He needs to put that together. Now, they are really messing with my phones because sometimes I see 10 people with their hands up, then I see one that's just going back and forth. Yo, they really fooling with this one, bro. For real.
Yeah. And we got. I've been passing out those flyers because we got they've been protesting this stuff here, because we had a situation here.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Hold on a second, brother. Hold on. This is John. Peace to God. What's up?
Yeah, they are fucking with you. I tried to get on. It wouldn't let me get on my phone. It wouldn't let me get on through the computer. It won't let you take your hand. I had to come in as a host in the back door.
Wow.
Yeah, they ain't letting no one do nothing.
Well, let me see if I can call you and bring you in. Let me see if I can call you and I'll bring you in. Hang on.
All right.
Stay on the line while I do that. Man, I don't even know your number by heart. Hold on, let me look at my. All right, here we go. I'm trying to bring Jonah in. I'm dialing now. It should be a 347 number.
I got you.
Got it?
Hello? Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Speak to the guys,
yeah, I don't know what the hell you talking about tonight, but they don't want no one to hear it.
Well, I was talking about, I found a BBC article that confirms that they were slaves before we were, and how they were being snatched off the boats were being taken over by the.
We was never
Muslims
slaves, man. That's just the narrative.
Yeah, right. They try, even in the article, they try to say African. They briefly alluded to it, but even at the end of the article,
but when
it
they're
says,
talking about African, what they're talking about is they came from the African slave trade. They were talking about them. They weren't talking about melanated people. The Moors was grabbing them up, putting them in slavery everywhere they could find them.
Yes. Yes. And I think what they're talking about is those children also that from the mixing in.
The children and the white woman.
Yeah.
The booty.
And they said that
the booty is the literal booty.
Right. Then I was also reading the article, and it showed how the Europeans created foundations or charity groups to collect money to get their people back. And some of these orders was the Trinitarian Order and the Order of Blessed Virgin Mary of Mercy. These orders still exist today. These orders were created. That's why you had the nuns and all of that. They was created to get their people
and
out
then
of
they
slavery.
put us all up under that shit, under the counter.
Right. Right. Yes. Right. It was breaking all of that.
Sir. So you got to remember, when they say African, you can look up today, and African is called what? A white person.
Right. Mm-hmm.
To this very day. Especially if you come from, like, West Africa.
South Africa.
Yeah. So African, they change definitions, so people don't really comprehend what they're talking about when they're reading that history.
No. Yeah, they messing with me because I have like 10 callers with their hands up, and sometimes I can see them, sometimes I can't. And people put their hands up,
they going
they're
hard.
up there waiting, and then they knocking their hands down. Like, I can't see it.
I'm
So
trying
right
to
now,
tell you.
one person with their hand up. Yeah.
They going hard.
I saw
on
Hollywood
us,
down there with his hand up, and then he disappeared.
They go hard on us, man. This is why people ain't listening as much live, because they messing with everything we talking about, man. They don't like our conversation.
Nah, we
like
showing them, hey.
Proof.
Yeah.
You know what
kills
kills me
so
about
much
it the
more
most,
to
our
read,
team, I don't like the fact that they come at us like that when we're reading their documents. This is your shit that's out there. You know what I mean? Yeah. I can see if we making up our own shit, but this your shit. You put this up on the internet, then we confirmed that it was real, and now you want to block us from telling people. Because they put out information when the basketball game on, the football, the fight. Make sure we don't hear about it, but they could say, yo, we put it out there. But they don't like it being put out somewhere where they know we going to listen.
Right.
They don't like that.
Well, I think
and
really,
I can see this. I got this out. Bunch of people in the chat.
Don't obey pure energy.
Peace to the God. What up, some Timmy's?
Hey man, on some real talk, bro. The whole thing is a group of magnanimous, imperial, majestic brothers got together and deciphered their code. And now what's being uttered forth out of Hindsight University is what? The truth. Righteousness is weapon, God. Y'all have what I told. I told somebody on y'all show, man. I was a very smart guy before I got on this information. I was introduced to y'all 2 years, October this year, by the way. And y'all chipped off my rough edges. Y'all chipped off my rough edges, man. You know what I'm saying? And I can see, man. My eyes is open. You know what I'm saying? It's when you trying to be and you fucked up situation.
Every time you go in, they cut him off.
Every time. This situation down, trying to do we best we can in the situation that we in, but being true to our ancestors and to the God, I don't care who it is you call it, but within yourself. You know what I mean? It's the truth that's coming from y'all that's threatening them, man. That's how I see it anyway,
But here's the thing.
I would say
you have to look at how history is. They can't stop it. It's a movement that cannot be stopped, no matter what they do.
It's righteous, man.
And the more they try to stop it, the faster it's going to get. You know what I'm saying?
Don't care. They don't care the fact that, what other people are talking about. But when you're talking about getting back to your ancestral shit, that's when you're making a contract spiritually, right? They don't want us talking about who we are and who our ancestors was because they know it's a biblical thing. We're only, Akeem did it earlier this week where he showed the biblical passage that said the Creator is going to accept us again in the 1000th generation.
Yep.
That's us. Out of nowhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We had to go through this. With that 1000th generation, I believe it's here. It's here.
Right.
I do too.
I think it's us.
It's here. Because we have recognized the error. We recognize that we have, before we had a lot of teachers come in and they were going at it like these people are problems, they devils, they just that and the other. But see, here we coming at it like they're only doing what they were ordered to do, number one, and we only getting back what we put out there, number two. That's what you call making a recompense. You're repenting of your ancestors. Listen, hey, this is what our ancestors did. And if you look at any scripture, even the Quran or any other book, it always talks about becoming repentant and erring. What happens? We stop honoring our parents. We start honoring our mother or fathers. We stop honoring our ancestors and pick up other traditions, other rituals, other gods. We have to put all of that back to them.
That was inferior to the information we already was given. They try to recreate what our ancestors gave us, give us inferior shit, and we think that's cool.
I mean, look at our divorce rate. They say the woman of color, the black woman, as they define her, is the number one single mom here in America. She's number one.
She's the one that goes. She's the one that goes against her man the most.
Yeah.
Right. She's the one who won't respect her man. She's the one who argues with her man. She's the one that don't support her man, and she's definitely the one that actually follows the enemy and calls the enemy up on her man. She claims she loves you. You do some shit she don't like. She calling a popo on you. Now, with all that, why the hell would you want to marry her? And she's the most materialistic, too. She wants to spend your money but don't want to help you make it. She don't support your ideas to make more. So, you know what I mean? All of that. Now, the sad part is, I was listening to one of these white talk shows. The sad part is, though, the black woman thinks she's following. Everyone's following her. No one is getting married in America, really. Only the foreigners that come here get married. The American people don't get married. And you know why? The main reason people will tell you, I barely got shit. I'm not giving up half.
Sure. Well, you think about it, what it takes to get a divorce in this country.
That's because they don't know the rules. They don't know the rules of their ancestors. Right. But if they go back and listen to your show, you know what I mean, the other day.
Right.
Yeah, the brother broke it down what the Bible, what your ancestors says all you need to do to have a divorce.
Yep.
I felt what he said. So on point. Oh my goodness.
You break it up.
They keep on hitting the button on them. Man.
Every time they start talking, they chop them up. Yeah, I think the only thing that's saving me is I got that firewall.
Yup.
And
they can't.
Now I think because this is an old computer, they still have some type of connection in here.
They hit the button on everyone else because they can't hit the button on you.
I put that hardware firewall on.
And you know what kills me? People want to know if the shit we kicking is real. How could it not be real with the shit that they do to us when we trying to speak?
That's what I said. As much as they get messed with, man.
You tell me what radio show they do this to.
None.
You tell me a radio show that get all these testimonies of what worked. You tell me that to this day. People could talk about their favorite teachers and all that, but don't have no proof anything that they say works. You know you in the right spot when they don't even want you to hear what we talking about.
Ain't that the truth?
Hey, man, and what's sad about it is we're paying for them to mistreat us like this. We pay for this badass service. And it's not cheap.
Shame on the nigga.
Now, I don't even know how that would get in that couldn't go through the back door like I did to get on. I mean, it would not even play back. It wouldn't do nothing. Y'all there?
Yeah.
They knocked my phone off. I dialed in on my cell phone, and they knocked me off. See, but my main connection is still there. My computer connection is still there, but they knocked me off from my calling. You know, I called in on my cell phone.
All this week I had to get on my cell phone, and they was knocking my cell phone down too.
Yeah.
But man, that's some powerful shit, man. When you telling them that Ben Franklin,
they can't stop us. All they do is can slow us down. They can't stop us.
No,
man,
they can't.
When you telling people to go look at the congressional record saying Ben Franklin said the only white folks, nigga, was in England and a little another spot in Europe. I mean, golly. He said Germany, they all that shit. France, that shit was black.
I didn't even read, that was just Benjamin Franklin. I didn't read Hamilton and the rest of them.
Oh, yeah.
They all said
man, they said they was taught
probably
like y'all said.
Thomas Jefferson. Because you know they had a war. Thomas Jefferson and the Barbary pirates. They had to come up with a treaty of amity and commerce. They had to come. The United States and France had to come up with a pact because they were getting their ass kicked by these Barbary pirates.
Toe up.
Yes.
Hold on. Check this out. Y'all don't even realize it's still going on. Google.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier.
Haiti and them are pirating them. They're taking their boats and all that. I'm dead ass. It's still going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
And the
That's what
Somalians.
Mimi and Septimius said that earlier. They're still doing that. But they make a movie
They're
and
still
make it look
doing
like
it,
these little bums.
Now, the real reason why
Somalians
they
are
be
doing it.
beefing about Haiti whipped their ass and been.
Oh, they cut him off. They dropped him, didn't they?
Yep, they dropped.
Oh, they balls. Anyway, but I'm gonna pick it up because I'm right where he said. Haiti, Haiti is out there, you know, doing the same thing. They basically all they doing, if you really look at it, they policing their own damn waters around their territory. That's really what they're doing.
What they're doing is, you charge us when we come in your waters.
Right.
To do commerce, you're going to pay us. Hold on, let me get Jonah back in here.
And the Somalians.
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
and the Somalians.
You off like that? See what happens when we kick that real shit?
They kick you right off.
Yo, that's crazy.
But man, that's terrible, man. They really get.
Yo, check this out. Outlaw hit me up talking about he at the back door, let him in. What the hell?
Back door?
Yeah, what that mean?
I don't know. Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
he wants you to let him in. He wants you to let him in so he can ask questions. I'm sure that's what he meant.
I'm not taking no questions tonight on nothing else. But we talking about correcting this status. I ain't doing that.
Right.
This show ain't really dedicated to that anyway. This show is about commerce. And we got to learn what happened to us in order for us to do commerce.
Mm-hmm. Got to know how they were doing the commerce.
And still is. I think it's messed up that they don't tell the Haitian people what's really going on. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
And guess who's doing that to them? Their own kinfolk, the Dominicans.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They all on the same islands, but the light-skinned ones are making back deals. Damn, you calling me again, Archie?
Oh. Hakeem got dropped.
Hakeem?
He
got dropped and called me from another number.
No, I hit the button by accident on my phone. Yeah, my bad. I was trying to do something else. But go ahead.
Yeah, the Dominicans is making backdoor deals. He said he got some shit. Put him in. Outlaw. But anyway,
it better be worth something.
They now remember when you was talking about they was making quasi Aboriginal people. That's what Dominicans are. Where the Haitians are they're straight up Aboriginal.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, there's strawmans everywhere. They just create some motherfucker out of nowhere, and boom, that's the strawman.
Damn.
So the strawman
you're gonna have some more strawmans in Puerto Rico pretty soon. That island's supposed to be 100% out of power.
Yo, it's so crazy the way they do it, and it's so simplistic though.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm actually, flabbergasted at the simplicity of what they did.
Mm-hmm. They just followed our method, but they added a twist to it with the
I know.
strawman.
They followed the rules. They told them what to do, and they did it. And which is sad because what's sad about it is we don't know how to follow the rules like that, man. We don't do what we told. We want to, like that clip we always play. Follow the script.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite.
Follow the script. We always switch it up.
Favorite. That's the all-time greatest clip y'all ever. Man, that's my clip.
I'm gonna play it in a minute.
You can't tell me that white boy ain't kicking the truth. You know that white boy right there is a billionaire, right?
Wow.
He's a billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that's how he got rich. Follow the fucking script. Stop changing shit up. People have already laid the foundation for you to do certain shit. Ain't no need to change shit up. You can't tell that to black folks. So when he says that's why motherfuckers is poor, he means that shit.
Well, he got a point. Because they want to do their own thing. They want to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
And then they'll come and ask you, why did it work in court? Because it didn't work. Because you did something different than what I told you.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. Let me see what he put out on. 252-202.
Yeah, that's what he wants.
Hello? He ain't even there listening.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I was wondering if Joe was going to answer the back door. I was in the backyard. He wouldn't answer the door, though.
In the backyard?
Nah, man. Y'all, I was messing with me, man. Y'all made a comment talking about, trying to come in through the back door. I said, damn it, I'm at the back door. Pick up. Nah, man. I was just, y'all passed me 20 miles ahead, but, I was just going to get in on talking about that marriage thing and elaborate a little bit on that. It's just like, y'all right. It's like everybody's, thinking twice, and they're not thinking about the genuine aspect of what it takes, when people, commit and really follow through with the genuineness of a marriage. It's thought on too much on the government aspect, how one can control and all the stipulations. And I think a lot of times you'll take good relationships that are meant to be, but they're deterred because of all the red tape that's in place by the government. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Y'all saw what I did last year. I wasn't thinking clearly, working. All of a sudden, I put my damn name on the deed of trust, and what happened? Go in to get a refi and then get slapped in the head. You know what I'm saying? Now we got a tax lien on the mortgage. So, fortunately, we did that quick claim and got it off of there. But I don't know, man. I don't got much to talk about. I just figured I'd elaborate on that. Just listening.
And what the hell you come in for?
Man, just listen. I'm a burn our King's tomorrow because I tell you, this old lady at the clerk's going to burn my ass tomorrow with this damn shit I'm submitting. She started breaking statutes out on my ass today, and that's a whole
other topic. You said you were going to talk about this shit when he let you in.
No,
and here you go talking
about it. No. Like I said, I'll burn up tomorrow about that shit. I ain't gonna ruin the show about that. I'm just, all I want to say is this, for everybody that's listening, the stuff's real. Even though I'm at 30%, I still need a little bit, 70% to go.
That's because you got 70% of bad information in your head, and you believe in 70% of bad things. As soon as you change that percentage of what you believe, what your belief system is, then you'll start to see the change.
It's coming together, man. It's coming together.
Yeah.
It's just I've been stagnant with misinformed and misinformation since day one, and then over the last 6-7 months, it's been a trial and error, getting it all together.
Yeah.
But I stay in it hard, man. I keep looking at all the percentage rates of everybody renouncing, denouncing, and it was like supposedly 26% increase this year with this whole movement. You know what I'm saying? So
it's about to get bigger.
I don't know.
By the end of the year, they're gonna have a 40-50% increase. Yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna do. But
try to keep
man.
as many as they can by making new laws. Yeah.
They already got something going on with that new traveling permit. That the real ID something dealing with the damn license. From what I understand, what I hear, Because everybody's using that word travel now.
The federal government said if you don't have one of those, you can't even get on a plane anymore.
Yeah.
But that's for 14th Amendment. That stuff's for 14th Amendment. That ain't gonna be no problem for us. All right,
gotcha.
I gotta move on. It's 9 o'clock. All right.
Yeah, it's bedtime. All right, peace out.
All right, peace.
Peace out.
Let me take a moment. They dropped Jonah again. Did they drop him?
No, I'm here.
Oh,
okay,
that was
cool.
cool. Okay.
I'm like, oh man.
Let me I gotta get. Let me do a station. You know, what do they call it when you announce your station? Let me do a little drop.
Station identification.
Yeah, station identification.
Hey, yo, L, what time is it?
It's 7 o'clock. Why? What's up?
Hindsight time. That's what's up. Hindsight time. You already know.
Don't leave me. Trying to get my knowledge on, too.
That good old knowledge without a college, bro.
Don't be stingy with the knowledge.
You walking on slow. Let's get the hard stepping.
You know what time it is. Those who don't listen, special.
Real special. Real special. You know, I ain't old as I look, but I'm never too old to get that knowledge.
You are now listening to Hindsight Radio.
That's our new drop, our new fall drop, Hindsight Radio, the information station changing the nation. Of course, we got to remind y'all we have the upcoming seminar, September 30th from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. at 133 Carnegie Way. That's in Atlanta, Georgia. To pre-order, go to AkeemL.com, hit the events tab, click the picture, and it'll take you to the payment page. Once you pay, you'll get a receipt that will be your ticket for entry into the event. All others who do not feel comfortable with paying online, you must pay at the door and bring cash. No other forms of payment will be accepted. All right? All right, we back. Let's see.
Peace to the God.
I mean, who else is out there? Peace to the God. Septimius has been my co-host tonight. We got Jonah Bay, the host of the Jonah Bay Show and the Consultation Wednesday. Yeah, what you been doing today, Jonah? You've been sending me pictures of your task or what do you call? It's another word I want to use. I can't think of the word. You there, Jonah? He must have muted out. Well, let's go to another caller while he's doing that. 918-693. Peace to God. They're fumbling.
Can you hear me?
Peace, what's going on?
Hey, how are you doing tonight?
Doing good.
Wonderful.
Great. Oh, hi, Jonah.
Oh, you get on when you hear a high-pitched voice. We were just talking to you.
Oh,
yeah, what's going on?
I have a question for you. Well, before I ask the question, I just want to say thanks for having the show. I always appreciate Hindsight. I know I've come a long way in my studies in the last year, and I know I was at a block trying to learn this information, so I'm just grateful for y'all being keeping this information available for us all.
It's always that period of where it feels like it's impossible. Then once you break through that, then it becomes, the light gets clearer and clearer. The path gets brighter and brighter. You know, I can remember when I was at the beginning, man, I used to get headaches. But the reason why I was getting headaches is my brain was being rewired.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And now that it's been rewired, it's just like it's normal now. And I sit back and I laugh at people when they talk about when they're learning this stuff and all of the things they want to do. I know Jonah laughed at me when I first started because I was trying to do all kinds of things. I was trying to do everything at once. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I was trying to do everything.
Discharge. He tried to do everything at the same damn time. I'm like, man, you can't do that, right?
Wow.
He couldn't. He wouldn't listen. He had to find out on his own. Damn, I can't do all this at the same time.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
I tell people, don't even try to discharge more than one thing at one time.
Well, that makes
And
sense.
the
It's a lot of work.
mailing shit out, of course, is expensive.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, that is so true. And I know I've talked to you both in the private, and y'all know I'm doing a whole lot at once, but not. I didn't intend to, but I just kind of have to work with it. But
Yeah.
I did have
It'll
a
wear
question
you out.
regarding.
You be like, oh
Yeah.
man.
I know it's like every day.
Go
It's
ahead.
like I'm doing something. Okay, well, something just jumped out. Just has nothing to do with what I was already doing. I got a card in the mail. And you all know that, I think it was Equifax, one of those credit reporting companies, I guess had something going on in the mail where they had some security breach. They had let people's information out.
Yeah.
Well, I got one of those legal notices, that they send people when there's like a class action.
My wife did too. My wife got that
same
thing too, class action suit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but for some reason they included, when I looked at it, it was included all three of the credit bureaus. But anyway, that's not. So my main thing is, of course,
they all share the same information.
Right. That's right. Well, they want to basically administrate my estate in with all these other people in this class action suit. And they're telling me, that I can opt out or continue with it, or
pursue it yourself.
I can pursue it myself. So I just want to know, this is a situation where I would send like a third-party debt collector because they're not trying to grab any, fiat or
they're
anything
just
out of
trying
me.
to put you in
They're
the
just
suit,
trying to,
and then they're going to
right.
cut you a check
Administrate
if they win.
Like that.
Oh, yeah? I just wanted to know what my response would be basically to,
Yeah, I got one from when J.P. Morgan Chase. They sent me a check, but I don't remember signing up for it though. I got to check in there.
They do what you just said. Straw man. They just put you in.
Yeah.
So I've gotten these before, but that was before I started studying law, and I didn't think about anything about it. So I'm thinking now, like, I would like to preserve my right to sue.
You could.
Will you
actually
pursue it though?
Wait, say that again.
Yeah. Will you actually pursue it though? Will you?
And I wouldn't. And I'm thinking I wouldn't because honestly, I'm trying to get rid of this. Listen, I'm trying to get rid of the straw man like credit. I'm trying to.
Listen.
Well,
you gotta understand when you do let them do the suit, all they're doing is tapping into your account and taking money and giving you a small portion. It's better to me. It's better to do what you're doing now. Get out. Stop being a U.S. citizen. And that same money is sitting in the account for you. You don't need them to access it for you.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay, so you're saying to just opt out or just let them just continue with it? Just go ahead.
I let them continue.
Oh,
I let them continue. If they can get me some money right now, so be it.
I don't know how long it's going to take, though. I don't know how quickly they move, but they said I had till
Usually
November
those things
13th.
take about a year.
If they contacting you, they ain't already worked it out.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Apparently, they said something about. I guess they tried to sue in 2009 the credit unions, but it was the judgment was vacated in the Court of Appeals. I think it said on the notice, something like that. So I don't know. I don't know. I might hit y'all up in the private.
I've been saying this for a while. These people make money off of you every day. Every day, selling your information, and you don't get a dime. I'm sure they got a clause in there where they're saying you can't come back and sue them for that same shit.
Yep.
Okay, I don't know which one your wife got, Jonah, if it was the same as mine, but it had like a particular, like...
It's the one for the breach where they said the credit file for a whole bunch of people fell into Russia's hands or whoever's hands.
No, mine, yes, but mine was a little bit different. Like, it had to do with people who supposedly had bankruptcies back in the past, and I guess reporting wasn't correct regarding their bankruptcies, or it wasn't something. I don't have it with me. I apologize because I didn't realize I was going to be.
That could be my wife too. That could be my wife too. We did that too. I don't know. I never looked at it.
Because I did
told me about it, but I didn't look at it myself.
And I was like, I don't know, are they trying to bring something back out? Like, because my bankruptcy, that was like in 2004, 2005, and it's been cleared off my credit report. I don't want to bring something up that's been cleared up. At least that's what I was thinking. Like, I don't know. I was just like,
believe me, it's about them doing wrong, and they're cleaning it up for themselves, not you per se. They're trying to stop you from coming after them.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need to go ahead and just let it ride then. Just don't opt out, just let it go. Is what you're saying. Just let it.
The truth is most Americans can't litigate it. They don't know how to sue.
Right, exactly, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
And then most of them don't have the time, so they're not going to sue.
True. Yep. Okay. All righty. Makes sense to me. All right, thank you all both.
You're welcome.
All right.
Y'all have a good evening.
All right.
And
You too. All right. You too.
Peace.
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 Hang on. All right, let's move on to another caller. Which one's her number? Did she drop? See, they messing with my phones, bro. Like my callers all jacked up. I'm telling y'all. I'll see a bunch of callers, and I'll see one or two. I have to refresh. All right, I'm refreshing. Let's see. All right. Shoot, I know I had another caller there, and then they dropped off.
Oh man!
Yep, I just saw one, and then it dropped off as I was about to click it. Oh, they jacked you.
Now, when you was reading about how they was going around and snatching up these Europeans, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, what really just sprung into my mind is what y'all read like a couple weeks ago when y'all told us what they was doing with them and what they was.
No, that must be Jonah. Somebody banging on something. Hold on, let me see who that is. Yeah, that was him. Go ahead.
Yeah, when they went around enslaving all these people, man, these light melanated people, man, and these Europeans, and they was trading them for spice and other tangible goods. I mean, man, I'm not trying to laugh,
Everything
man.
was fair game, man. Everything was fair game. Everything.
Trading them for
spice. It was all about commerce. Money,
man.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jonah just said something, and it really slipped. It slipped by him so quick. They ain't really hear what he said. Jonah said, "Dog, the booty that they was running around, pirating was booty."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now I don't know if y'all caught it. When I read about those two men that were captured, they said they had to spend the nights up in the captain's chambers. Yeah, they lied. Yeah, all that was going down, bro.
Ooh, the booty was the booty.
Mm-hmm.
Jump on for that one.
When I read that article, I was like, "Well, that sounds gay." To me, it does. Like, I can go back to the article if my computer will let me.
Yeah, them sailors, I bet you a lot of that was going on.
There wasn't no women on the boat. And they on the boat for months.
Months?
It's, you know what I'm saying?
Months. You come out of boot camp, bro.
Right here.
That's on the water in the Navy.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do 6 months on the water, bro.
Trying to find the article. It says here, how they are beat upon the soles of their feet, bellies at the liberty of their patrons. How they are all night called into their master's bagnard. Let's look that word up. What is a master's bagnard? And there they lie. So what's going on in here? Let's look that word up. I ain't looked that up, but I'm gonna look it up now. Bagnard.
Yeah.
Yo, you there? All right.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, English translation, Bagnard. Okay, that's in another language. What is it? What is Bagnard? Why is it? They're using it. They won't give me the definition. Every definition is in another language.
Another language. That's when you know that's an important ass word.
Hold on. See if it'll give it to me. Let's see. Yeah, my computer moving. So I'm getting me a new computer, dog.
You just got a new one.
No, I'm talking about my desktop. They're messing with the word.
Oh, yeah.
Here it says convict. Oh, it means convict. But let me see. I mistook you for a convict. I have made a false report. So Bagnard is a convict. So let's go back and read it. It says, how they are all night called to their masters convict, and there they lie. How did that sound? Let's see.
A type of bed, maybe?
It's saying convict. But let me break out my dictionary. And let's look up, because, we're assuming we know what convict means, right? You know how they be flipping.
Yeah. In a total different frame of mind. We already thinking they was criminals. They was criminals.
It's more than one definition for the word convict.
Right.
Yeah. Let's see what my dictionary from the 1800s say. Although this was happening a few hundred years earlier than this dictionary was printed. Convict. Okay, convict. A person proved or found guilty of a crime alleged against him. Well, let's go to the top one. The verb venso is lied to, vencio to bind, to primary sense of which to strain, force, make fast, hence to subdue. So, determine the truthful charge against one to prove the find. It means to bind.
So he was corralling.
So, yes. So basically what it's saying, how they are all night called into their master's Bagnard, meaning they would bind, and that's where at the end it says, and there they lie. So they was binding them up. Yeah.
Make sure they don't run away or get away, probably.
I don't know. They was torturing them. Torturing them boys. Dog. Torturing. That's what was going down. That's exactly what was going down. They were being tortured. Because, in some parts where they say they was in shackles until they lost their minds. See, I'm trying to find a drop here. Well, I could tell you, but anyway, while I'm doing that,
that's very interesting. Being shackled until you lost your mind. That's
a long time, though.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Now, you know what I was just thinking of in a glitch in my mind? What, those shackles being made of lead.
Yep.
over time being up against your skin, hell yeah, that could drive your ass mad.
Yep. And remember, how do they stop Superman? Superman can't see through lead. He can't deal with lead.
All right, let's go to the next caller. I think we got another one was able to get through. It's 7-4-4. We'll be going back and forth for a minute. 44782.
Peace.
Peace, what's going on?
Oh, man, chilling, man. They dropped a call and everything.
I know I saw you going back and forth there, like when I was trying to click it, and then all of a sudden it dropped.
Yeah, man. It's a great show. I like how you started it off with that, as far as that reversal of history and everything. Reminds me of this book called White Cargo, how they give the accounts of.
Yeah, I have that book.
You got it?
I have it. Yeah, I have that. I have that, and then I have they were Irish and they were slaves.
But the thing is, it's not a reversal of history. What it is true history. We've been living in the reversal.
Right. I got you. I can go with that. Yeah.
In school they taught us the reverse, and now we're finding out the truth now.
True that.
But y'all, man, y'all been really doing it, man. I mean, if it wasn't for y'all, I would have never really got to the point where, where I have to break down what comprehension is and comprehending what I'm reading and just, going into it deeper and deeper. Because I was at, I bought everything from the other dude's show, and everything, and I was on that path.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, literally, I bought everything except for Gene Keaton stuff and that McDowell.
You bought all that bullshit and wasted your money and never got any remedy. And the nigga never showed you he got remedy and never showed you his own paperwork to prove that it worked and none of that shit. I'm sorry.
Terrible.
Yeah. I bought a few things, and it was all garbage. I remember I bought some foreclosure webinar by Esau somebody. Man, that thing was garbage. I mean,
that nigga good at marketing.
Garbage. I'm like, this thing didn't tell me nothing.
He give you he naming some shit that you think you need for sure, and when you get that shit, oh man, I didn't got.
Yep. So you definitely see the caliber. I appreciate
when
that.
We was doing this, all that stuff we were doing with the CPN. Y'all was getting remedy. Y'all getting cars, credit cards, all that shit, opening up phones and all that shit, right? He heard the shit and he did his seminar. He actually did a whole seminar on it. Everyone was heated. People who attended his seminar came and got with us. They was like, man, he didn't show us none of that shit and all that. And I'm like, hey, he never showed you that he could use it. I'm like, here it is at Hindsight. Niggas got new trucks. First niggas had new phones, then new credit cards, then new trucks. And now Akeem just got a new luxury whip at $80,000. Oh, my bad. I wasn't supposed to tell you how much your shit cost. But yeah, it's fucking $80,000. And he bought that shit less than a year later, CPN. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. Like, if they can't show you that they use it and it's working for them, when they driving around with hoopties, come on, man. Come on. Niggas is doing so well at Hindsight. Niggas ain't even buying their own whips no more. Niggas is buying luxury whips for their kids.
Yeah, I was sitting there trying to find my son something.
True story. Y'all can go on my Facebook and see that Audi I just bought my son. You know? So my whole point is, I'm sorry them niggas is fraudulent.
Exactly. And it's about time, man. We got to really...
I think fraudulent is a soft word, man. It's just, that's too soft to describe that. It's not only is it fraudulent, it's ratchet, man. Because you know that stuff
ratchet.
don't work. Huh?
Yeah.
You know that stuff don't work, you selling
Yeah.
people. How are you going to teach people? Here's why it's so bad. You're teaching people how to come out of a system that you're telling them that's crooked, and you doing crooked stuff.
Malicious and
that's there you go. And you wonder why we're stuck. Because we got people like that. I'm telling you, when it comes time to clean house, those people like that are the first ones that got to go. For real.
Gotta go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at the point now
we
where
have to clean the house first. We can't. Man, they done dropped my direct connection, dog. Oh, dog. They trying to shut us down for real, dog. I'm gonna have to call it. Yo, they just dropped it. But see, you know, I always call in so that won't happen. So I'm like, you know, you can't do direct connect once they drop you. You got to call in.
Yeah, man. I mean, crazy. I'm at the point now
about
where
their boys. They ain't like us talking about their agents. Those they boys.
Oh,
man. You gonna talk about my boys like that?
Yeah. As far as that,
Hold on,
you
y'all,
know,
I'm dialing back in.
To start your show now, press 1.
All right, I'm back. All right, go ahead. What was you saying, brother?
yeah, I'm just, you know, I'm at the point now where it's like,
hold on, let me get this echo off. That's why I don't like having two phones. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, now it's just like it's kind of personal, man, because it's like it's dirt on our name. You know what I mean? On the Moor, you know, on the name of the Moors. And I could just, as you like go through this history and everything, it's personal now for me. It's really personal, for real.
Right, you got it. It better be. That's the only way you're going to get out of here. You know, the best thing you could do, brother, is correct that birth certificate, because once you do that, all roads gets a little easier.
Yep, it's like the same old, you know, and I don't know if you went over some of those, if you looked at some of those documents and everything about the Civil War. It's like
I
when
didn't
you
get a
read
chance.
through
So
it.
you emailed all of those the other day or yesterday? That was you?
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to. I skimmed through it, but I'm gonna read through it.
Yeah, I mean,
go ahead,
it's
brother.
like the
Finish
same old tactic. The same old tactic when he was talking about those ships and everything, and like they would go out and do what they'd do, and then they'd like perpetrate the British flag or whatever, and it's like the same old trick and everything, like a propaganda trick or whatever. So, you know, again, it's propaganda on our names and our heritage, and it's serious. It's something serious.
Right. Now, when you really look at what was happening, how they were being snatched up, and they created nuns and they created monks and all of them out of this, the main purpose was to get their people back. But then now you kind of see why they branched out all over the world in order to convert people to Christianity so that they could protect themselves from being enslaved again. Because they figure if they can teach everybody Christianity, they don't have the fear of being snatched up again. So now you see it. You see what was really going down, why they went all over the place trying to promote Christianity. It was really trying to promote their agenda and to enslave and to keep themselves from being enslaved again.
Yeah, but you know, our Sultan understood the higher laws and understood it way better than, because you know that's coming from a fearful tactic, whereas the Sultan of Morocco actually gave them a chance and then let them flip on their own and screw it up on their own. Right. Kind of like, you know.
Right.
It was ingenious.
Only got dropped again.
Wow. But to touch on, not to cut you off, brother, but Akeem said something real quick. And he said that they went around to, they used Christianity to, like he said, to protect their people from being enslaved. I mean, from being slaves, and they used Christianity to go around to enslave.
Right. Because what was happening
That's
on
deep.
the other, when it was flipped the other way, we weren't really forcing them to become Muslims. You know, we didn't force them. They had an option to do that. You know, if they wanted to become that. That's how you got all of those Turkish people over there that are Muslims in those countries. Now you see how all those lighter skins became Muslims, because what happened? They became enslaved. Then some of the slaves were treated well. They started mixing in, and they had children. And so really what you're seeing is the children of all of that, them being enslaved, what you're seeing now, right? So, because of course, what was happening? These fathers were on ships going from place to place. So they left kids behind.
Yeah.
That's why the French came over to these lands to try to enslave people. Why? Because those were the children's mad at their daddy. So I'm going to go get his family. Because he hates the other family. He loved that family more. I'm going to get them. This is what this was about. These people that came in after and started doing, those were the children that was mad because their daddy favored the other family more than them, and left them there. You see, because they couldn't own land, they had no rights, and it was being sold back and forth into different houses as slaves. They really, because they were of mixed race or mixed background. You know, race is really not a thing. That's something that's another straw man term that they've been using. But that's what that is. It was them being angry at where their position was. They've been messing with that my board. Like, I can't find some of the stuff I want to play that I just uploaded. God dog.
Yeah, that's real talk.
Mm-hmm.
And you said you was talking about Castile and Aragon, and like the House of Leon and the House of Ferdinand. You know what I'm saying? They all bonded together when you was talking about the Visigoths.
Right.
See, them was European little mini states, as we would call them, little battered territories. See, that the Moors was over there beating up on because they controlled everything.
Right.
You know, and then they started banding together. And then, you know, Spain, they was Catholic. You know, you had the Catholic banner, and Leon and Castile, they was Christian. You had Portuguese over here, you know, together. And them Vandals that they had chased out.
Right.
To which 75 told you that they came from Philadelphia, North Africa, and then went into Spain. And wrapped up and brought them into the Renaissance and all that, and taught them all that. You know what I'm saying? Them people got mad. They ain't want to be, you know, slaves. They were slaves. You know, just like the difference is, Hakeem said they used Christianity to enslave. That they just took your mind and enslaved that. They ain't have to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they did what you call psychological warfare. Then after Hitler, you know, hundreds of years later, after Hitler, they saw how Hitler was able to psychologically get people to accept the extermination of another group of people. They went and studied his techniques. And that's the Americans went and studied his techniques, and they're using that to this day, which is called eugenics is one of them. But one of the main places they're using those techniques is in our public education system. That's one of the main places they're using it. And they're teaching you how to pledge allegiance to a flag right off, very start of the day. They're teaching these kids what they have to do that before they start their learning. Now, what other place do they do stuff like that in? In prison. When you're in prison, they have to do something first. They have to make their beds up before they get to eat and do anything else. So when schools on another level, you have to pray to their God, which is their idol, their flag. Then we'll teach you the education we want to give you. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And I was talking to some people today about that. I said, listen, school is not meant to educate you on having your own business and being very prosperous. It's meant to teach you how to keep them prosperous. It's for their cause. You see? It's for their thing. It's not for you and your house to make your house successful. Although some people come through and they talk about, I went to this school, I went to that school, I got this degree. Man, I never forget this millionaire. I told the story before. Told me. He said, why would I go and pay all that money for education when I could take all those people who spend all of that money on education and make them work for me, pay them a salary, and they make me rich? That's basically what he said. He said, all of these people that got degrees work for me. I don't need to invest in that. That's a bad investment. The schools only teach you how to work for people, how to keep a job. You know? And that's what we have to start doing. We have to re-educate ourselves. You know, reprogram ourselves, basically, is what you're going to have to do. Then you're going to have to educate your children properly so that they can have a successful life. We wonder why our kids stray away because we've been giving them false gods from the very beginning, and they know it's bullshit, but they don't want to question their parents out of respect. We know that. I say this all the time. The only reason why most people went to church is because they were forced to go, just like their parents before them.
Mm-hmm. And, you know,
just like their parents before them. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like we got to reiterate like this, like what you read off, have it in like a curriculum and where it's taught from little, and it's ingrained kind of somewhat in the young people's minds. Almost like the so-called Jews, when they do the bar mitzvah, they try to get their lineage back and back so they can always remember the stories, always remember what happened and what we did wrong, and then how we're going to not go back to that and have that, you know, automatically ingrained with the kids in that curriculum. You know.
Yep. You're absolutely right, bro. We really gotta get it together. But let me see if there's another call out there that might want to get their hand up. All right, brother, let me take this last call, then we're gonna shut it down. All right, let's go 530-487. Peace to the God. What's up?
Peace to the God. Akeem, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. How's everything going? I
Everything's
wasn't
good.
able to hear. I didn't able to hear the show, so I just got in and just was jumped on because I did have a question.
You gonna have to go back and listen. What's your question?
Okay, I got served at my domicile. Someone popped up in my domicile and served me some papers for some child support papers, and I was wondering if I could respond with the third-party debt collector letter. Would that be a good
approach? Who sent it to you? Who sent it to you?
It says some attorney from the Los Angeles County Superior Court.
Okay, you could do that, but you need to get are you paying child support now, or
no?
They're trying to get you into child support.
Yeah, this one they said that they're trying to establish.
You need the child support injunction. They're trying to establish it. Okay, you need the child support injunction, I have a bunch of templates for child support. When they're trying to get you in, it's called the child support template. Get those. That'll handle that notice. But you need to respond right away.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah. Third-party debt collector is what. Think about it. Once they got you in debt, you need to go after and shut that down. You need to go listen to my show from Tuesday. There's a brother who did a hell of a job.
Yeah,
you need to listen to that. Listen to all of the codes you use. Get those templates, and you'll be able to shut that down.
All right. Good thanks. Peace.
All right, bro. All right, peace.
Yep. Peace.
All right. Yo, that drop I played, the new one, they done took it. Somehow it's not there anymore. Gone. Boy, I tell you, they be messing with our show for real. All right, September, man, I appreciate you riding out with me.
Oh, man, it was my pleasure. And I thank you for letting me ride out with you and Jonah. Peace to the God, pure energy. You know what I'm saying, man? I'm going to definitely do my study and keep up on my studying. And this body who listening to the show, man, y'all don't need to go nowhere else. Don't listen to nobody else. Stay right here, Hindsight Radio. Pure energy, peace to the gods from the D.
Again, we got the Atlanta seminar coming up on September 30th from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. That'll be at 133 Carnegie Way. That's the Courtyard Atlanta downtown. It'll be me, myself, Jonah Bay, Joey Bounce. We'll be talking about correcting that birth certificate. I finally found the date. Now that I'm about to end, everything start working right. That's funny. Yeah, but you have a good evening. See y'all next week. Peace.